Mumbai KKR game's almost done and dusted. It's not a great day for Shane, but good prediction coming through for Gargi. I think they need 17, though they made a bit of a meal of it at that point, but right now cruising. But it's the other game that we'll be focusing on. We'll have enough time to talk about Mumbai KKR a little later. There is a game to be played, which is a repeat of last year's final. Rajasthan Royals taking on the Gujarat Titans. The game is going to be played in Ahmedabad, and Rajasthan Royals have won the toss, and no surprises. Once again, they've decided to bowl. That means they will be chasing. Chasing seems to be the way to go, especially in the night games. But as we are seeing, even in the day game, that's just happened right now. The team that was chasing has done well, and so I think when we analyze the KKR Mumbai Indians game, one thing that will stand out is the fact that Nitish Rana was still hell-bent on batting first, but it seems like it's slightly better to batting second, something that Suryakumar Yadav had said at the start.
Exactly, he had pointed out very clearly that we know it will get easier to bat, because it looked like, for all intents and purposes, that Kolkata and Mumbai were batting on two very different strips.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, KKR slowed down in the middle overs, but I remember even the opening overs, you were not able to get bat on ball. Arjun, when he was bowling early on, was not exactly coming on. You didn't see any of the openers try and go for expensive shots, because they knew there was a chance you'd throw your wicket away. Credit to Mumbai though, because they came out all guns blazing. I think the match was over after the first 6 overs. They got like 70 odd runs. At that point, it was always an uphill task for the loss of no wickets.
But I also believe there was a bit of wind in play during the first innings. That's why I believe Arjun Tendulkar and the other bowlers got a lot of movement on the ball.
Yeah, but wind usually would be there this part also, because I know that they have these gaps at the Wankhede,
right next
to the ocean, and it allows that breeze to come in, so would have helped most teams. But maybe it did, because it would have gotten slightly cooler. I believe it's hot right now. It's peaking hot in Maharashtra at this time of the year, so evening gets slightly better, cooler in that sense compared to the day start, though not much of a difference. When you see the stark difference that happens in the second game, not that much. But anyway, going back to the Rajasthan versus Gujarat Titans game, Hardik Pandya says it's been a belter so far. The ground, I'm guessing he's talking about the Ahmedabad ground. So it's a good toss to lose. He says doesn't mind batting or bowling first. For us, it's important to see how we use the impact player. So that's what he's saying. He's got one forced change. Vijay Shankar isn't playing. Anyway, Vijay Shankar has been coming in as an impact sub. In fact, last game, if I remember, he says that it's a forced change that Vijay Shankar has gone out. But last game, I don't think he got a chance.
No, he was on the bench.
He just did not get a chance to play at all. So Vijay Shankar is here with us finally. So he's finally got a chance to rest him. But why is it forced? I've just missed that.
I think I think he revealed that he was probably carrying a knock or something. Possible. Because forced change only implies that a player sits out due to injury. So maybe he's not even on the bench. Could very well be. Because I remember last time he was on the bench, and I think was their prime candidate to be used as an impact player low down the order. They didn't need to in the end.
That's why I said they didn't use him. So, but yes, he was their impact sub who would have come in, but they finished the game off before they even needed someone like a Vijay Shankar to come in. All thanks to Rahul Tewatia, played that ice cool few deliveries in the end and took them home. So today's team that they've gone in with, we're going to start with the Gujarat Titans because they'll be batting first. Again, I'm a bit surprised that before I even get to the 11 of what Hardik Pandya says, he says I don't mind anything batting first, but I think that's just lip service, just saying it, isn't it? Because for two reasons. One, we all know that it's getting better to bat second. Secondly, if there is a team that has a bloody good record chasing, it is Gujarat. For him to say it doesn't matter us batting first, I will take it with not a pinch but a bag full of salt, I guess.
And also considering the fact, sorry, you finish?
He's just trying to be confident and give confidence to the team. Fake it till you make it,
Fake it till you make it. This is the new age lingo that I'm picking up.
But interesting choice, the team that actually loves to set targets is going to be chasing today. And maybe, I don't know if this was the strategy for Rajasthan to not, back their own ability, which has been to set targets, but to, let's say, blunt the opposition or let's say take away their strength, which has been chasing.
Maybe, but I guess it was a no-brainer, right? In case of Rajasthan, like if I'm Rajasthan, one, of course, that you're saying that because Gujarat are so good chasing, so take that away, but also because batting seconds anyway going to be good. So I think the tricky part would have been, had they been playing on a condition where batting first was better, and yet they decided to chase to take away that advantage of Gujarat that they chase very well. That would have been an interesting tactic, and I don't know whether teams would do that. But right now it was a win-win for them. Like, chasing was the only way to go on two counts, not one. So
and don't forget, I think Ahmedabad in the earlier games also, the dew was coming in pretty hard during the second innings. So there's no way you would want to. Oh, okay, wow. Lord Shardul gets a wicket, but coming back to the other game, Ahmedabad, I think
as hard is it for Shane to come back to this
game?
It
doesn't matter, it's a token wicket.
Yet
I used this the last time he used the word Shardul Thakur, he had a different choice of words to follow up.
You shouldn't be breaking that up, it's not a very suitable for work kind of word.
You had a different choice of words back then.
Anyway, but speaking of Ahmedabad, I think if you're winning the toss there, 100% you bat second, because again, dew comes in. Plus, look at Rajasthan, they're playing 11. It has.
Do we have the subs also, Shivam? You can remove this for now. We can see the team in that earlier page also. If you can put in the subs, it will be better in this.
Yeah, because they're playing with 3 spinners. So ideally you'd want to bowl first, because if you have 3 spinners on a dewy outfield, forget about it.
Can you minimize this, Shivam? Yeah, please minimize it. Just work on the subs if you can. Just leave it here. Just leave it here for us. And if you can get subs, then just leave it here. Leave it here for us. No, it's okay. Just leave it for us, ना. हमारे लिए छोड़ दो वहीं पे, बस छोड़ दो. That's it.
Leave it. Third language.
I'm trying to tell him in multiple languages. Just leave it. You just figure the subs out and put it on the other plate that you have. Or maybe I'll be able to see the subs. But let's run through the playing 11. So the team that's batting first is Gujarat Titans. This is their batting 11 that they've gone with. Ridhiman Saha, Shubman Gill, no surprise. Sai Sudarshan at number 3. Hardik Pandya at number 4. You got Abhinav Manohar, David Miller, Rahul Tewatia and Rashid Khan, Alzari Joseph, Mohammad Shami, Mohit Sharma. I think identical team that played last.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the last game that played and won. So it's exactly the same team that they've gone with. Just that, couple of things. I don't know who is it that you're looking out for, but the one name that stands out for me in that 11 is that of Hardik Pandya. He also needs to start firing. If you're looking at Andre Russell to start firing, or a Gurbaz to start firing on that same count, I'd be interested to see how Hardik Pandya goes in this game.
Yeah, because his form with the bat recent times, I think, as we've discussed, he's kind of taken on that responsibility tag. But responsibility has eliminated his X Factor game completely. He's just playing within himself, then struggling against the slower bowlers, and then ends up holding out for a single-digit score. I think he needs to do more with.
What happened last time around. In fact, Gujarat, when they played against Punjab the last time around, the situation didn't exactly demand him to go for that extravagant shot. He did get a boundary the previous ball. Again, and they were very much well within, the required run rate. It's not like, it was going out of hand or anything. But then he plays this extravagant shot and gets holed out in the deep. If I'm not wrong, he got caught at long on. So again, you don't expect that from Hardik Pandya, knowing that he's now got this leadership role as well, and he needs runs. So when and against that game, against Punjab when they were playing, when it was for him to score those runs, get his confidence back, and more than confidence, as far as his numbers go, just bolster his numbers as well. Could have used the opportunity a little better, but didn't. So that's one area. And again, today now they're going to be batting first.
I think it's also interesting to see that the comparison between the two teams is that the first 3 batters, Ridhiman Saha, Shubman, Sai, Joss Butler, Yashasvi and Sanju, all 6 of them are performing really well. Both the teams have a number 4, an underwhelming number 4 in Hardik Pandya and Riyan Parag.
Yeah, you're resuming Riyan Parag batsman.
So yeah, I'll get to the Rajasthan 11 earlier. Interesting bit, just sticking with Gujarat, they have gone with one less overseas player.
Little.
So they've only gone with 3. That's David Miller, Rashid Khan, Alzari Joseph, which is then telling you it's pretty easy then to guess, even though we don't know their subs right now, but it'll be Josh Little that comes in, right? That's been the trend. So we now pretty much know what will be Gujarat Titans bowling 11 once they come out to bowl. Right now this is their batting 11.
So there are 5 seaming options then, including Hardik then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hardik has been bowling. So
Yeah.
they got Little, Mohit Sharma, Shami, Alzari Joseph and Hardik Pandya. Five seam bowling options, and then they will have Rashid as your lone spinner.
I mean, they do have another spinner on Rahul Tewatia, but they never make him bowl.
Yeah.
He's not been given the ball at all.
And that's despite him getting like 13-14 wickets in the side
14,
Mushtaq Ali
14
this
of
year.
8.
Exactly.
Not
So they can use him a bit more, but yeah, they clearly are thinking, yeah, we're doing just fine without it. But obviously, I think even last year, their seamers really were their strength.
Yeah.
So
And what a comeback Mohit Sharma has had, by the way.
yes.
Yeah.
So, looking good. Okay, now Rajasthan team. The big news there is Riyan Parag is back, isn't he?
Yes, he's back.
He was dropped last game.
And he's back now.
And what happened to them in the last game?
They brought in Devdutt Padikkal.
They lost to SRH, right?
And
Was
then
that the
again
game?
they've removed Padikkal now.
No, what happened to Rajasthan the last game?
They won.
They won, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Was it? Just check.
They
Who were
lost
they?
just the one game, no?
But they played SRH last game, didn't they? Who did they play last game?
SRH beat them.
Yeah, of course. Oh, but sorry,
CSK.
Tewatia.
CSK.
Yeah. Tewatia hit that winning
Yes.
run. I just spoke about it. I
No,
don't know. Yeah, Tewatia hit the.
GT.
I thought it was GT.
Oh, sorry.
All getting.
Yeah, that CSK game wherein who gave you those runs in the first innings? Yeah.
Was it at Joss?
Oh, this is
Got
the
a half
game where
century?
Yashasvi got out early, Joss
Dunking the
got out.
spinners.
Ashwin came ahead of Hetmeyer.
Padikkal there who scored runs if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but it wasn't too many.
It wasn't too many.
Also, Trent Bolt comes in.
Yeah, and for Jason Holder of all people, that's very surprising. There's no Holder.
But then I don't get it. You know, one game you put Riyan Parag out, you bring in Devdutt Padikkal, then again you go back on that. Where is that sustained run that a player needs?
Yeah, but did Devdutt not get runs last time?
Devdutt actually did okay last time, right?
Yes.
So why does he go out? then?
175, I believe, na?
Was the strike rate, you mean?
No. The total. That
Oh,
he
okay.
Acha, that-
Let's check.
No, but yeah, you're right. I think that was the total. And he was
I
scoring
checked
at
how
around
much he
130,
scored.
140. Which
Acha, okay, we've got the subs now. Harshit can look at the scores. No, check
Yeah.
out the score of the last game that Rajasthan vote for their scores. So the big news from Rajasthan's front is Riyan Parag is back despite the fact that they won their last game. So that's interesting. Interesting for them. I think Zampa was played as a sub, but did he miss the next game after that? I think he did. He came on as a sub.
he's only played one game. No,
This is
CSK.
the only game that
This
they
is the
played
only one where he
yes.
came on as a sub, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't have the best of games because Ashwin
Yeah.
and
Got
Yuzi
taken
Chahal
from
were
the
very
match.
good in
Yeah.
that particular game.
Correct.
Zampa did not, but he did come as an impact sub. But now, because they're bowling, then it makes sense that he's starting because this is a bowling 11.
Yeah.
And then he could be that guy who goes out. And then, this is the
Particularly-
game. No, this is the game the Sandeep Sharma bowled at the end, right? That last over. CSK. So that's surprising. That is the game that Rajasthan won without a Riyan Parag, and now Riyan Parag comes back. So I don't know.
But then you see Devdutt is there on the bench, so you do expect him to play perhaps at some stage because they're anyway bowling first. So you expect them to not bring in a bowler as an impact, and if they need a batter, then of the people that we have, you probably can only think of Joe Root, Devdutt Padikkal.
No,
but
Joe
they're
Root can't.
already
Joe
playing
Root
four. So yeah, Devdutt then becomes your impact.
No, unless they go with Donovan Ferreira also.
That seems a bit unlikely, right?
Unlikely, because the other two options they've got Murugan Ashwin, Navdeep Saini not coming in for now.
Yes.
Unless they have a disastrous outing with the ball, and then in the middle, which at the moment you can look at the bowling lineup, I doubt, because they've got multiple options anyway to go to in their playing 11. So I think Murugan Ashwin, Navdeep Saini are not coming in. The only option left is Devdutt Padikkal and Donovan Ferreira. Also because Joe Root now cannot come in because of 4 corner. So Devdutt, so then they've actually strengthened their batting, assuming Padikkal comes in. So they'll have Riyan Parag and Padikkal both, but so have they in that sense, so one bowler goes out and then Padikkal comes in.
So there is Jurel is also there.
Yeah,
Holder.
Holder is out for Bolt.
Yeah.
Are you strengthening your batting really with Devdutt who's struggling and Parag who's been struggling?
No, but I'm saying I think they covered up for the fact that Holder is not there. So covering up this way.
With the batting, sure, but I think you're missing him as a bowling option.
No, but look at the bowling option. They got Yuzi, Sandeep Sharma, Adam Zampa, Trent Bolt, Ravichandran Ashwin, and Riyan Parag.
I doubt he's bowling.
So they're just going to keep their 5 bowlers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's back to the 2022 template all over again.
But maybe they think that works for them. Just keep those 5 bowlers today, and their 5 bowlers are good enough.
True.
So if you actually look at it, one of those rare teams where in the 5 you barely see any sort of chink. So this is like a good 5 bowler lineup. But having said that, I think that's why they've kept the backup of Saini and Murugan Ashwin. Assuming that it's a really bad off day for one of those 5, they go in with that, and then they're batting anyway. Right now, without getting a Devdutt Padikkal, is still okay. They've got batting till you'd say 7.
Yeah, Ashwin. You're not counting Bolt, Zampa, Sandeep, or Yuzi.
It's tricky then, huh?
It's very tricky.
So imagine if they do get tonked for a bit and they are forced to bring in that 6th bowling option in, whether it's Murugan Ashwin, Navdeep Saini, whoever, which then means you will then bat with 7.
Yeah. At 7, we were saying KKR were light with 8 batsmen. They'll be batting with 7. And 7 of a 7, your number 3 and number 4 have not been in any form whatsoever. Sanju's form is tapered. Riyan Parag's form has forever tapered. So I don't understand. I would want a little bit more batting depth if I'm RR.
So for the moment, it's pretty much safe to say that Gujarat Titans, because they are batting first, their second innings sub with 3 overseas player means Joshua Little is their sub. And for Rajasthan Royals, for the moment, it does seem like that it will be Devdutt Padikkal who will come in when they come out to bat. So that's done with the playing 11 and the subs. Yes.
Gujarat Titans, by the way, have Dasan Shanaka on the bench. Love to see that happen, just if. But don't see it happening. He's on the bench. Dasan Shanaka is on the bench. They have 2 foreigners. So
yeah, but they're batting.
They're batting really deep.
Yeah.
And also had, let's say they've been chasing and they needed runs, you could have banged on somebody like him then.
Yeah. I guess. GGK says don't underestimate Riyan Parag. He will score 50 today. Predict batting position of Ashwin. GGK says I'll say 1 number ahead of Hetmeyer.
Predicting his actual position is like playing roulettes.
It's impossible.
You really can't figure out where he's going to come into bat. It's just impossible. Yeah, but he'll most likely they'll send him in ahead of Hetmeyer. Then tell Hetmeyer you have 10 balls you hit. By the way, your torch is on, I think.
Yeah.
So Ashwin, I don't know. I would have hoped he would have failed in the last match and then they abandoned that experiment, but he did okay. So you just know they're not abandoning that experiment.
Also, by the way, Shane, would you not want to tell the family members about what happened in your team's match?
Oh, they lost finally. It's finally over.
Yeah,
they had
with 5
lost about
wickets.
30 minutes back.
5-wicket margin. Our duty to tell them, no?
5 wickets. Second straight loss for Kolkata. 3rd overall. Yes, not looking good now.
How much did it hurt to say that?
I would say a lot, but all of my teams have been disappointing me a lot in recent times. So
I feel you.
Yeah,
I don't.
give it time.
It was a one-sided win.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
good.
Let's be honest. Mumbai Indians, Ishan Kishan, I'm sure the sword was hanging. But now with that knock that he got today, gave them a great start. After that, by the way, the biggest talking point, and I'm really happy about it because I'm a big fan, Surya Kumar Yadav. Yeah, so he's come
Finally.
good. I think the one thing that he did today, which many were talking and he was really not paying heed, was to spend some time. So he started off easy, run a ball sort of an innings, and then he got into his groove later. And I'm just thinking that it's finally something that he did. He should have done this slightly earlier, because when you're not in form, no matter how good a batsman you are, you need to just spend some time in the middle, which he's done today, and then it'll augur well going forward, because Mumbai Indians, after this second win and now put their hand up, are going to be in the equation. I think they're now tied for points with KKR, which you wouldn't have said a short while ago when they were completely losing and KKR had a better time. But that's what I'm saying, 2 wins here and there completely changed the scenario. So I'm very happy for Sky.
And 2 back-to-back wins from Mumbai. They won against Delhi and now they won today.
Also, KKR have become the side for out-of-form batters to get their form back. That's how bad the bowling is. Harry Brook came good in the last game. He'd been doing nothing for Sunrisers throughout. And then now
How
Sky...
bad? You're just like praising them as the best spin attack with Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti and Suyash. Suyash bowled well, but today Narayan went for a lot of runs. Yeah.
The spin I still don't have a problem with, but the pacers, dear God, Lockie looks like a shell of his former self. And your only other option is Tim Southee, who, great man, also is very much a shell of his former self. Career ironically ended by, of all people, Ray Russ. 2018 or 19, I think it was, when he was playing for RCB.
But be happy, Ray Russ came good today.
So there are plenty of positives if you're looking at it. Venkatesh's form has been excellent. If you have to look at positives, I'll just try. Suyash.
Which you are looking at.
Yeah, of course. You have to look forward. Yeah. You lose matches, no problem, onwards and upwards. Fine. Suyash's form, I think, considering the fact that he's never played senior cricket prior to this IPL, he's handling it well. By the way, got hammered in the last game, came back really well today. In fact, he almost had Surya for another golden duck. When Sky came out, he bowled one, you can call it a top spinner, which straightened. Sky went chasing it, didn't get anything on it, but Gurbaz was like, oh, there, he was good. Otherwise, who else was good? Narayan, by the way, looking a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
2
games now.
What really made the difference is how they assess the pitch, because the 2 captains had very differing opinions before the start of the match, and I think Surya Kumar was spot on with his assessment, because he's played in Mumbai as well. He would domestic know. He plays for Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
So
he's a local boy.
Of course he knows what's going on. But on the other hand, Nitish Rana was expecting the pitch to get slower, I believe.
See, I understand why the logic.
Polar opinions from the captains.
I get why his logic was day game. The sun is bearing down. You think, okay, last game also, if I'm not wrong, or when MI played their first home game, it was turning the track.
It did turn.
Yeah. So I think that's what his logic was, that with the sun beating down on it, maybe you'll get some extra turn. Didn't quite happen. And I think now also another rather worrying trend is that a lot of opposition teams, 2 now on the trot, are deciding to target Narayan, break the back of the bowling, and then put more pressure on Chakravarti and Suyash. It's a very interesting play.
I think what they did against Narayan today, and sometimes I would wonder when a lot of other teams were struggling against him, is that they'd be nervous about which way it's going to turn, and that's why a batsman was a bit circumspect in front when they're facing Narayan, and then you'd go into his shell. Also, his reputation was such that you'd be careful. What I think Mumbai did today, and I think it may have been some sort of thought would have gone into before this game as to how you tackle Narayan. I think they treated most of his deliveries as the one coming in. It seemed like that most of it would be the one coming in. Don't worry about the one that goes out, because some of those shots were premeditated shots, which, let's say, Ishan Kishan hit a couple of them. So I think he played for the ball, pitching and the off spinner, in his case going out, the off spinner. So I think they said most balls we're going to treat him being an off spinner who will ball in. That rare delivery that goes out, let's see what happens. Yeah, so I think that's something that worked for them. So if more and more teams try and employ this strategy, it might work. Though later, even then, Narayan would figure out that this is what is happening and might then go for the one that goes out later. But as a surprise element, this particular game where he wasn't ready for it, I think there was a great strategy. So
true. I think now the only bowler they can't seem to figure out more often than not is Suyash. And that also comes down to, more often than not, 2 things. One, his hand speed and the speed with which he bowls the ball, whether it be a googly, top spinner, leg spinner, is the same.
Yeah.
There's no real difference in his release point. Obviously, with due course, they'll figure that out, but also he has the enigmatic factor going for him. No one's really seen him bowl.
Yep. Now, I actually, his danger ball is that quicker googly that comes in,
Yes,
right? The
that's
quick
the thing.
one. That's the danger ball, the wicket taking
Which
ball for it.
really comes in quickly, and then by the time you think of reading it, it's spun in. That's a very good ball.
Yeah, that's his. A few comments we'll take. Jairaj Rana says, in his opinion, Parag should play at number 3. At least 2 matches. Fair enough. Maybe he wants him to get a chance. He did get a chance at number 4, and there was a situation in that game this season only where he could have used that situation to get a big knock and then, shut up all the critics. But I think he wasted that. He played a very rash stroke, I remember.
Yeah, it was
this season.
7 of 11.
Something like that. So there was a chance, maybe okay, maybe he needs another chance or 2, and if he does come out to bat there, then he has to make most of it. If he doesn't for the second time running, then I guess
The knives will really be out again.
well, they have been out for a long
Yeah.
time. It doesn't matter.
They're out now also, I think.
They are out now as well. Mayank Taplial says, wonderful to see Arjun Tendulkar given the chance. He deserved it and worked very hard for this. Sachin sir, for this time onwards, will motivate him a lot to just work more harder. Absolutely. We all love to see him today. Good 2 overs, but we were all baffled by the fact that he didn't get a chance later in the innings.
True.
But maybe they're easing him into different conditions.
Yeah.
So
And considering the kind of showing he had, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to keep him in the 11 for a while.
I think he will play the
Yes.
next game for sure after this performance. Only thing I'd want him then to bowl at the tougher part of the game.
Or even in the middle overs.
Yeah, that's
He's your frontline bowler, arguably, or one of your frontline bowlers. You can bowl him 3 overs, maybe even 4 if he's having a good game. No problem if he gets hit. Yeah, it's a T20 league. You're bound to get tonked. It's okay. Happens to the best of
Yeah.
bowlers.
Yeah. Nietzsche, Shivam, please.
Venkatesh Iyer did give him a taste of that in those last 2 balls that he bowled. 4 and a 6 to end his second over.
Harish Madisari wants to know Tilak Verma into the international scheme of things, or to fast track him, or do you see a few more seasons?
Few more seasons, please. Done with fast tracking players.
Another season, I believe. Just one more.
When I say few more seasons, I mean I want to see maybe another good IPL year and some consistency in domestics.
Yeah.
I think domestics should always be used as a yardstick, not just in terms of scoring runs, but how many players are actually going there. Because again, cricket is such a sport. Even if you're a batsman, even if you're a bowler, the more reps you get in, whether you're playing domestic, whether you're playing IPL, whatever the format may be, get your reps in.
I am a big fan of Tilak Verma.
Yeah.
I think he's out of all the batsmen that I've been seeing, and there are a few I remember we used to like, there was Ayush Badoni, there is
Sai
Jitesh
Sudarshan.
Sharma, Sai Sudarshan, a lot of them, and a lot of them have done well as well, or a Yash Dhul, these are young batsmen that everyone's looking out for,
Yeah.
but out of all of them, if you'd ask me to pick one, I'm going to pick Tilak Verma. He's been the best of the lot. He could be the guy that you need to look at, if not this season, maybe next season. And I agree that sometimes we have made a mistake fast tracking a few players, but I guess each player is different. Some people take it like fish takes to water. Oh God!
All right.
But
What is
that's-
wrong with them?
Yeah.
3 fielders converging.
Yeah, did nobody scream mine?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the keeper is the captain.
Yeah.
If he screams mine, no one else should be coming.
That is a keeper's
But I guess he did not. Or I sometimes they say, oh, I screamed, but it was too noisy. But then keep screaming like it's
Mine,
a
mine,
habit.
mine,
Yeah.
You keep doing it for multiple times, so that
Maybe we should
everyone
take
hears.
inspiration from Amir Khan's that ad.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
It's a
taking brand names.
miracle Bolt took that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very lucky.
But it
I
actually
think the
felt
only
very
one who
easy
heard
to
it
him.
was bold then.
Yeah,
Because
but-
he backed off.
But it came very easy to him.
Yeah.
Actually, because it deflected nicely up there, loopy, you can pick it off. If it had to be rolling, Bolt would have been mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Rajan Tinji, good evening to you as well. He's one of our regular watchers. He's saying disappointed by Kohli's behavior towards Ganguly. But can I there were a few questions earlier also, and this is my 2 bits on it. I don't think you can blame one or the other, because it just felt to me that neither was interested in shaking hands with each other.
It felt like there's lingering tensions on both sides. And I know we
Yeah.
use that word a lot, but
Yeah. Rajan Tinji, I don't think it was just Virat alone who didn't want to. Or probably at one point I felt that it was actually, I think Virat was, I could be wrong, but I think Virat got into a conversation with Ricky Ponting,
yeah.
And-
sort of just bypassed them.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I
And
think
went
because
ahead.
later on, Virat was actually kind of looking for
Yeah.
Dada, he couldn't find him.
Yes.
In
How
the
do you
same,
know?
No, I viewed the clip.
Okay.
So in
No,
the
but
clip,
it-
he
But how do you know he was looking for Dada? Or was
because he
looking-
looked
No.
back like that. I think he knew that Ganguly had walked, And I think maybe he was looking to see if he would go on this thing, but he couldn't spot him thereafter.
No, he wasn't looking for.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be surprised.
Ricky Ponting had called him, said something once more, and he turned around and shook hands with Ricky. So
he's saying at the
After
end
that
of
was done.
the full shake hand. After that, he went looking for it.
So
Not
after he
at
was
that
done
time.
shaking hands, he walked and then he kind of looked back. I remember seeing the stills of it, and I think he was looking for Ganguly. I could be wrong.
Kind of looked like both the teams withdrew themselves from the situation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because it's a very individual thing. I think the teams have nothing to do with it.
No, teams are.
Teams. I mean, I was using a metaphor. Like
as in both parties?
Yes, both parties.
Ah, okay, that's what you mean. Both parties,
Today, with what happened with Rana and Shaukin, players came very quickly to just separate them.
Yeah. There the team actually came in.
There the team legit stepped in and like, bro, nahi.
But here the teams just let it be. And I agree, it's not the prerogative of the team or the captain to tell anybody to do whatever. It's a very personal thing. You shake hands or you don't or whatever, you go ahead.
Actually, to be fair, Sanju was screaming mine.
Was it? No, I think it was somebody else screaming mine.
He was doing like this, mine.
But I think the other was also. But I think I saw a clip of Hetmar also saying mine. So I'm guessing everyone's saying mine.
So everyone's saying mine, and in the end it was bold.
It would have landed between all three of them then.
Why was mid-wicket running?
Exactly.
Did you catch this side?
It's either the keeper or the bowler. That's it. These are the two people who should be going for it, and my preference will always be the keeper because the man's got the gloves.
Yeah, so coming back on that situation, I think how it played out was that just while it was happening, Virat got into a conversation with Ricky Ponting, and then Saurabh just bypassed them and went. It could be one, maybe Saurabh saw, one could be that both didn't want to shake hands. One could be one of them did not. Or one could be, let's say Saurabh saw them and thought that, they're talking and let me continue going forward. But I think that's the weakest argument, because if that happens, you still wait. For the conversation to get over and then you shake. But I don't know now whether it just felt to me at that time that Saurabh just went ahead, and had that conversation gotten over, I think the shake hand would have happened. As in, if the cue remained in the position that it was, the shake hand would have happened.
In essence, Ganguly kind of wanted to, but when he saw the conversation, like, it's okay if I don't.
Maybe. It was something like that. But we would never know unless we hear from the two protagonists of this story. But otherwise, there'd be no idea. We can just read the body language and the situation whichever way we want, and maybe all of us would differ.
People have been reading into other things also.
Like,
it's not confirmed, so I'm putting this out there. I have not verified this personally about beforehand, but apparently Kohli stopped following him on Instagram.
No, that I don't think he was ever following him.
No, because I remember seeing screenshots during the rounds where he followed 276. Now he's following 275.
No. But I don't think he was ever following.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure.
No.
There's a conspiracy theory.
It's just like theories that come, just like the Simon Dool story that also came, which he finally clarified, saying, "Please stop doing.
Don't spread fake news. They're fake news."
Yeah. So that wasn't there. So anybody else wants to add on the Kohli and Ganguly?
Also, the other video that was going around of him staring at Saurav Ganguly, I thought
no, that was
rubbish.
Yes, that's
He
the
was
right
looking
word.
somewhere else, and it just, from the angle, it looked like he was looking.
He definitely gave a death stare, but not to Ganguly.
To make it clickbaity, people have been using words like death stare and whatnot.
I mean, it was a death stare, but it just wasn't at Ganguly.
Yeah, it wasn't. So
I mean, he's just looking where he's going and looking around while he's going back to his place. That's
it's okay. Kohli gives everyone death stares, so it's fine.
But he did not in any point.
I don't think
these are just mischievous headlines, clickbaity headlines that people want.
That's just his passion.
Yeah, and it wasn't even intended towards.
Also, how from this picture I've seen that's doing that, how from that particular angle can you say that he's giving a death stare?
It's from behind.
Exactly, you can barely see the look on his face. Calling it.
To be fair with Kohli, you just assume he's a death stare. Very passionate individual. So.
Yeah, those are our two bits about that incident. For the moment, thank you very much for giving us company. The game has started. We'll see you mid-innings, as we always do, and then of course at the end of the game. Few videos coming up, so if you want to know when they are, one about the history between Ritik Shokeen and Nitish Rana. You want to find out more, that is going to be out. Then the biggest gap between centuries.
I found it.
We've done some number crunching. All of that, if you want to find out all detailed bits, you need to subscribe to Sports Today. Press the bell icon, then you know when the video is out. So you could just check it out. You don't have to keep looking for it in the internet. It'll just come as a notification. So you have to press the bell icon to do that. Is that all?
That will be it. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you.